We live in a big, confused world full of a bunch of large little kids who have no clue what's going on. You have scientists and directors of movies and stuff like that together trying to come up with philosophies, actors telling people in the world what their philosophy on the law of attraction and on God and Jesus and what's going on with the world and all the secrets that are happening because they read some few books, the Manashastra and all these different ancient flying manuals and all these different things. And you know what's messed up is I remember being there and all these things happened. And what they did is they happened in people's minds because they remembered them from before. There's always a before. Even before our time began, there was a before. And before that time began, there was a before that. So all of these things that we're talking about happened, not on this earth, but people remember them. So they start doing things that they remember from a past life that makes no sense to even them when they start doing it. But then by the time they recognize they're doing it here in this life, and they're bringing it to this world. So they're coming up with some ideas and some books, and I've been there. So it's really hard to explain to people right now in this time when they look into ancient texts from, say, 500 BC or 20 million years ago, and this is all stuff we've left for ourselves to interpret. And I'm doing it right now for everyone. So all the people that are reading these books don't need to worry about what the people in the government are doing behind everyone's backs. They're believing people, and they're believing things that are happening that aren't. Because let me tell you something serious and deep down that you would have to know if you had a brain. Okay? If there are people this time in our existence, or there are beings from other planets speaking with our government and arranging things between them and us, the earthlings, that is secretly why they're mining the earth and finding these ancient beings from the sky and all these kind of things. Those ancient beings from the sky would not align themselves with people who do everyone wrong, like our government and our politicians and our world leaders. They would not do it. They wouldn't be that stupid, and they aren't. I know because I've been them, and I am them, and I talk to them all the time. So all the people that are saying all this bullshit are making up stories to keep people scared. Even the ones who are trying to look into what's going on are making up even worse stories off of other people's told shit and scaring people even more. You can either rely on yourself, which is still lying, or you can rely on somebody else's rely. All they do is lying to you again because they heard it from someone else and they seem to believe it. So guess what? They're going to tell it to you. And if you rely on them, now you're lying and you think you're honest and you think you got a good story and you think you know the truth and you don't. We need to stop digging the earth, not because we're mining it for fucking aliens, but because our stupid people in control have used it to control us. And they're keeping us in control. And there's all these bullshit things with people who've read too many sci-fi magazines this time that are making up stories and scaring the shit out of people, including themselves, because they're not right but think they are and they're convinced. So the issue is to get your heads out of your asses and literally meditate for a week and see how different you feel about all the silly shit you've been talking about. And literally, what I'm telling you is the truth. Yes, it's all happened, but that stuff isn't happening now. We just have stupid people who believe the wrong shit and go through doing very bad rituals and all kinds of horrible things because they believe the past stuff. Everything we've ever come up with in our imagination of wizards and warlocks and all these things happening have happened. I have been there and experienced them firsthand, and I know. I don't care if anyone thinks I sound silly. The truth is the truth, and I only have one choice, to tell it. So, believe what you want to believe, but I would suggest you believe someone who makes sense, not just somebody who makes a good story.